In this lecture, I'll be talking about volume provisioning. The Kubernetes plugins have the capability to provision storage for you. The AWS plugin can, for instance, provision storage for you by creating the volumes in AWS before attaching them to a node. Instead of you entering the command to create a new volume, Kubernetes will make the API calls to do that for you. This is done using the storage class object. This is still beta when writing this course, but will be stable soon. It's best to double check the correct definitions in the documentation. Every time you see beta, you might want to check that. So here's a link that goes to the definitions of the persistent volumes. I will also keep, of course, my GitHub repository up to date with the latest definitions. To use the auto-provisioned volumes, you can create the following YAML file. It's very simple. The kind is storage class. The API version refers to a beta. The name that I give to my storage class is standard, but you can use any name. The provisioner is going to be AWS EBS, so it's going to provision EBS volumes for us. Then we have EBS specific parameters like type and zone. Type is GP2, the zone is US East 1. This will allow you to create volume claims using the AWS EBS provisioner. Kubernetes will provision volumes of the GP2 type for you, which means general purpose. It's SSD. You also have provisioned SSD and magnetic. Next, you can create a volume claim and specify the size of the volume that you want. So here's my volume claim.yaml. It's of kind persistent volume claim. API version here is v1 because persistent volume claims are part of the stable API. I give it a name. The annotation, this refers to the standard storage class that I created earlier. And then the specifications, it's read-write once. I can only have one EBS volume that I can read and write to at the same time. The request is going to be for 8 GB. Finally, you can then launch a pod using this volume. So here we have again the volume mount, a mount path, a name. This example is an Nginx example. It's if you would want to run Nginx with some static data, then you use the Nginx image, and then you're going to use a mount path that is going to provide a volume for /var/www/html. The name of the volume is mypd. Volumes, here is the name also mypd, and then this persistent volume claim refers to my claim, which is the name of the persistent volume claim from the previous slide. You can then put some static data in this volume, and then when you're going to browse to this URL, you will see your data. It's very simple. The next lecture will be a demo where I will demonstrate this auto-provisioning.